Yo, what's going on, guys? Core here. Welcome back to another episode of Core's Redstone Guide. This is episode number 8, where we are going to be looking at the target block. And yes, that's the back of my head. Not quite a target, but you know. I appreciate it's been a couple moments between the episodes, peeps. So if you are following along with this series still, I thank you very much. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into this one, peeps, would like to remind you, please make sure to watch all of these videos in order of the playlist, which you can find right up there. Otherwise, you may miss out on some crucial previous information, which if you miss out on, it may be quite confusing in this video. So please go take the time to watch those. They're all very short, very cohesive, and very simple. So thank you. Let's get into this one. The target block. This little thing has many different uses. So as mentioned in one of the first episodes, if you run a line of redstone dust next to a block, it won't even think about activating this. This is the same in Bedrock as well. But one of the joyful things about the target block is that it actually acts as a redstone component and will attract all of the signal into this block. So you can see when this powers, even though it is running next to the target block, it still takes in the redstone as it is treated as a component, which is super cool. If you're ever in a redstone circuit and it's really tight and really compact, quite difficult to work in, these things can be really, really good. So in terms of components then, that is one of the only functional things you can do with them in a circuit. But of course, there are many different minigames that wouldn't be possible without these things. So with it being a target, of course, projectiles do play into it. So bows, crossbows, tridents, snowballs, eggs. Off the top of my head, that is it. However, they can all be used to shoot this thing. And when you shoot it, you can see that depending on where you shoot it, a different redstone level will be outputted. So you may have just noticed, if you shoot towards the edge of the target block, and of course don't miss, then it will give a very weak signal. However, if you aim it right at the middle, you can see it gives a rather strong signal there. So using this sort of thing, you could make it so that when you give a really strong output, it starts to dispense some kind of a prize, which is super cool. But of course, you can customize this. And again, if you missed the video where I talked about comparators, please go back and watch that, otherwise this will not make sense. However, if you did see it, you may realize where I'm going right now. So if you can create a book with 15 pages, sign it, doesn't matter what it's called, and then place it into a lectern, depending on what page this is on. So you may notice if I hit here right now, it doesn't actually do anything, but if I go a bit closer in, I don't know how close exactly I have to get. Oh. Didn't realize this, but you actually have to put something on the last page, otherwise it doesn't actually save for 15. So if you go 15, put something on that page, and then give it a title, then it should work. So you can see if we're on a page of 1, if we hit towards the edge, it does still register that. However, if we now move this to page 5, for example, and then hit the same place, it no longer registers, and what you find is you have to go in a little bit. So of course, the higher you go with this, the further you have to hit in the target block for the output to be given. And if you want to be really strict, I'll show you just how strict this can be. You can hit somewhere just off. You can see my cursor is about there, and it still doesn't register, only when my cursor is right on the center of those pixels where the snowball is sitting. It's very strict. Yeah, this works by having this setup here. I will let you screenshot that if you want to. But yeah, all it is a comparator pointing into the side of a comparator coming out of the target block. And what this will do is it will say, hey, if my signal is smaller than this one, then I cannot send an output. But if it is bigger, then it can send an output. So if we hit this in the center there, what it is doing is sending out a signal strength of 15, which is stronger than or equal to 15, so it will then send out this output here. Very cool, huh? Well, that, my friends, is about all of the things you can do with target blocks. If I did miss something, then let me know down in the comments, and I will see about making a different iteration of this video and re-uploading it. But thank you for watching. In the next episode, we will take a look at the Observer. So thank you for watching, and I will see you then. Take care, everyone.